I suspect many of you are furious about how your tax dollars have been used to fund this fraud, waste, and abuse through bogus businesses and government programs that never should have existed. I am too. It took a 20-something kid, Nick Shirley, to expose this. I, for one, am not going to sit around and wait for the politicians, prosecutors, judges, or federal agencies to suddenly do the right thing. They won't. That means you and I have to do what is right for us. We need to be honest about what actually happened, how it was allowed to happen, and why your anger is justified. Because this isn't just about high taxes. It's about your money being taken and then misused at a scale never seen before. What we've watched unfold is not a paperwork error or a one-time mistake. It's systemic. Public money flowed into programs that were supposed to help vulnerable people. Instead, it flowed into bogus businesses, fake nonprofits, and illegal operations. And the money didn't just disappear. This fraud funded lifestyles. You know, in most Somali households, mothers traditionally do not place their children in outside daycares. They raise their own kids. The fraud exploited that reality. Individuals opened daycare businesses, listed themselves as workers, and then enrolled their own children in those same daycares. The result, they didn't pay for childcare, they were paid to operate the daycare, and they were paid again for their own children's enrollment. It's a clever grift, but it's still fraud. Look at the BMWs and Mercedes that were paid with cash. Were these auto dealers in on the grift too? The banks, who received and dispersed loads of cash. Were these bankers in on the grift? The retailers, the high-end shopping. Go to the Mall of America, or as the locals call it, the Mall of Somalia. You won't see them shopping at H&M and TJ Maxx. Nope, it's Nordstrom, Gucci, and Lululemon with cash. Commercial real estate leases and investments. Look at the landlords who leased out places like the Leering Center. Were they all in on the grift? Residential real estate in the U.S. and Africa. How were they purchased and by whom? These all have registered titles. Locate the title, then follow the money. Were votes purchased for cash or in-kind services? You bet they were. Follow the money. The state and local elections were funded and won by Democrats. No mystery here. Was terrorism and terrorists funded? TSA workers reported suitcases of cash exiting the airport. Follow that money. All the while, ordinary schmucks, taxpayers, were told to keep paying, stop asking questions, trust the system. That's the fraud. What about government failure and protection? Somehow, some way, this continued for years. It continued because the government agencies responsible for oversight either didn't notice, didn't act, or didn't want to act. Did they notice? Of course they did. All they had to do was follow up on the whistleblowers or the drive past the infamous Leering Center. Did they act? Nope. The fraud continued for years. They didn't want to act. Bingo. That's the correct answer. They didn't want to act because they were indirectly or directly buying a large Somali voting bloc. And political leadership and media did nothing to stop it. When you trace responsibility upward to the top of the disgusting political food chain, especially in Minnesota, the same names keep appearing. Governor Tim Walz, Attorney General Keith Ellison, Mayor Jacob Fry, Representative Ilhan Omar. Do you honestly believe anyone is going to go to the top and hold these people accountable? Not a chance. Trump, Bondi, Patel, and Comer, they don't have the balls to go after no balls Walz. Recall, he doesn't know how to pick six in the huddle before in a football game and fire a shotgun. And underneath his skirt, he claims to be a tough guy. So maybe there is some fear and trepidation about confronting old Tim.